Hello and welcome back to the Practical English Podcast. My name is Mike.
And I'm Angela. We're so glad you could join us today for another episode.
We really are. Today we have a fantastic topic that I think will be super useful for all of our listeners, no matter your level. We're going to talk about common English phrases that native speakers use every single day.
Exactly. These are the kinds of phrases you won't always find in textbooks, but you will hear them constantly in movies, in songs, and most importantly, in real, everyday conversations.
Right. I was thinking about this the other day. When you learn a language from a book, it can sometimes sound a little robotic.
Very formal.
Yeah, formal. And learning these common, natural phrases is the key to breaking out of that. It helps you sound more natural, and just as importantly, helps you understand native speakers much more easily.
It really bridges the gap. It's all about taking your English from the classroom to the real world and making you feel more confident when you speak. So, are you ready to get started, Mike?
I'm ready. Let's dive in. Okay, so first up, let's talk about greetings and small talk. We all learn, hello, how are you? And the classic response, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Right. And while those are perfectly correct and polite, native speakers often use more informal, casual phrases in everyday situations. For example, a really common one is, what's up?
What's up? You hear this one all the time, especially in American English. It's a very casual way of saying hello or what's new. The important thing to remember is that it doesn't always need a long answer.
That's so true. It's more of a friendly greeting than a real question. So if a friend walks by and says, what's up? You can simply reply, not much, you? Or even just, hey, what's up? Back to them.
Exactly. It's like a friendly signal, an acknowledgement. Another very common one, maybe a little more of a question than what's up, is how's it going?
How's it going is a great alternative to how are you? It feels a little more relaxed.
Yeah, and a typical response would be, it's going well, thanks, or just, good, you? You still don't need to give a detailed report on your life unless you're talking to a close friend.
That's a key point. Often, these questions are just a polite way to start a conversation. It's called small talk. The topic isn't as important as the social connection you're making.
Well said. Now, what if someone asks you, how's it going, and you want to give a positive but not overly excited response? A great phrase is, can't complain.
Oh, I use this one all the time. Can't complain. It's a friendly and slightly understated way to say that things are good. It means, I have no reason to complain, life is pretty good.
It is. It feels very natural and down to earth. So, for example, hey Mike, how's it going?
Hey Angela, can't complain. How about you? See, it flows really nicely.
Totally. Okay, what about when you see someone you haven't seen in a while?
A classic situation. The perfect phrase is, long time no see.
Yes, it's so friendly and immediately expresses that you're happy and maybe a little surprised to see them. You might follow it up with another question, like, wow, Sarah, long time no see. How have you been?
Right. How have you been is a great follow-up because it asks about the whole period of time since you last saw them. It's different from how are you, which is just about this moment.
That's a great distinction. So, long time no see and how have you been are a perfect pair for reconnecting with someone.
All right, that was a great start. Let's move on to our next category, phrases for agreeing and disagreeing. This is such a huge part of any conversation.
It really is. Let's start with strong agreement. Imagine your friend says, wow, that movie was incredible. Instead of just saying, I agree, you could say, you can say that again.
You can say that again. I love this phrase. It means you agree 100%. It's like saying, what you said is so true, it's worth saying a second time. It adds so much emphasis.
It does. Another powerful one for strong agreement is, I couldn't agree more.
Yes, it sounds a bit formal, but it's used in both formal and informal situations. I couldn't agree more. It means it's impossible for me to agree more than I already do.
So, this new policy is going to be great for the company. I couldn't agree more. It shows very strong support. Now, here's another one for agreement, but it's more about sympathy. Tell me about it.
Right. This one can be tricky for learners because of the literal meaning. It doesn't actually mean you want the person to tell you more details.
Not at all.
It means I understand and sympathize with your bad situation because I have had the same experience.
So if your colleague says, ugh, the traffic was terrible this morning, you could say, tell me about it. It took me an hour to get here. You're sharing in their frustration.
Exactly. It builds connection. Okay, let's talk about disagreeing. It can be uncomfortable, so having some polite phrases is really helpful.
It's an essential skill, both personally and professionally. A great way to disagree politely is first to show you understand the other person's side. You can use a phrase, I see your point, but...
That's a really good one. It's soft, it shows you were listening, and you respect their opinion. For example, I see your point about that restaurant being popular, but I think it's a bit too expensive for a casual dinner.
Precisely. You acknowledge their opinion before giving your own. It makes a disagreement less direct. Another useful phrase for acknowledging someone's point without necessarily agreeing is fair enough.
Fair enough. I like that. It's like saying, okay, I understand your reasoning, and it's valid. It can be a way to end a small disagreement.
Right. I think we should leave at 6 a.m. to avoid traffic. That's too early for me. I need my sleep. Fair enough. How about 7? It shows you accept their position.
Okay, moving right along. Our next section is all about expressing feelings and opinions. These phrases are what really add color and personality to your language.
They really do. Let's start with a very common feeling, being tired. Instead of just, I'm very tired, you can say, I'm beat.
I'm beat, B-E-A-T. It means you are extremely tired, completely exhausted. Like, I can't go out tonight. I'm absolutely beat after that long week at work.
It's much more expressive. Now, what about the opposite? What if you're extremely happy about something? A wonderful phrase is, I'm over the moon.
I love that one. It paints such a great picture in your mind. I'm over the moon. It means you are incredibly happy or delighted. For example, she was over the moon when she found out she got the job.
Perfect. Now, what about expressing a negative preference, something you don't like? A great idiom for this is, it's not my cup of tea.
Oh, that's a classic. It's not my cup of tea. It's a very polite way to say you don't like something. For example, do you want to go to the opera? Not really. It's not my cup of tea.
Exactly. It's much softer than saying, I hate opera. It's just a personal preference. Okay, let's shift to opinions. How can we introduce our opinion naturally?
A classic one is, to be honest. You use this to give your frank and sincere opinion, especially if it might be something the other person doesn't want to expect or want to hear.
Right. It prepares the listener. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy the movie last night. It softens the blow a little bit. A more informal way to say I think is I reckon.
I reckon. R-E-C-K-O-N. This is very common in both British and American English, though it can feel a little more casual. I reckon it's going to rain later.
Yeah, it's a great substitute for I think or I believe. And finally, a funny one we talked about before, if you ask me.
Yes, people use this all the time, even when nobody has actually asked their opinion.
It's so true. It's just the way to confidently insert your opinion into the conversation. If you ask me, this is the best pizza place in the city.
It sounds confident and natural. These little introductory phrases are like signals in a conversation, telling the listener what's coming next.
All right, we're on to our final category of phrases. These are all about daily activities and making plans. Super practical stuff.
Definitely. Let's start with leaving a place. When you're ready to leave your office or a friend's house, you can say, I'm heading out.
I'm heading out. Simple, clear, and very common. It means I'm leaving now. All right, everyone, it's 5 p.m. I'm heading out. See you all tomorrow. Perfect.
Now, what if you are very, very busy? You have too much work. A fantastic idiom is, I'm swamped.
I'm swamped, like you're in a swamp and you can't move easily. I feel like this a lot of the time. Can you help me with this report? I'd love to, but I'm totally swamped right now.
It's a very descriptive way to say you're overwhelmed with work. Okay, what about asking someone about their plans? A casual way is, what are you up to?
What are you up to? This can be used for a right now or for a future time. What are you up to this weekend? Or just, hey, not much, what are you up to, in a text message.
Exactly. It's a friendly, low-pressure way to ask about someone's activities. Now, a situation many people experience. You want to make plans, but you don't want to decide on the details right now.
Ah, yes. For this, you can say, let's play it by ear.
Let's play it by ear. This means let's not make a firm plan. Let's wait and see how we feel later or see what the situation is like. For example, what time should we meet tomorrow? I'm not sure what my schedule looks like. Let's play it by ear.
It's great for being flexible. And speaking of plans, what about that vague future plan? Let's catch up soon.
Yes, it's a friendly way to end a conversation with someone you haven't seen in a while. It was so good seeing you. We should catch up soon.
But, as we mentioned earlier, this is often not a concrete invitation. It's more of a polite sentiment. If you really want to see them, you should follow up with a specific plan.
That's a crucial cultural tip. Don't wait for them to call you based on a let's catch up soon. Be proactive.
You know, Angela, another area where a few key phrases can make a huge difference is when you're trying to support someone. Offering encouragement is a big part of daily communication. Wow, Angela, that was a huge list of really useful phrases. We've covered greetings, agreeing, disagreeing, feelings, making plans, offering support, apologizing, checking for understanding, and ending a conversation.
That's a fantastic point. It's not just about exchanging information, but about connecting with people. A great phrase to start with is hang in there. We really have. Let's do a super quick recap of our new additions. We added how have you been for greetings.
Oh, absolutely. Hang in there. It's a simple, warm way to tell someone not to give up when they're facing a difficult situation. Like, I know this project is tough, but hang in there. You're doing great work. We added I couldn't agree more and fair enough for agreeing and disagreeing.
For feelings and opinions, we added it's not my cup of tea and I reckon.
And for daily activities, we learned I'm swamped and let's play it by ear.
That's a fantastic toolkit of phrases. Our challenge to you, our listeners, is to try and use just one or two of these new phrases this week. Don't try to memorize them all.
That's the best advice. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Just pick one that you like and find a real situation to use it in. That's the best way to make it a part of your own active vocabulary.
Absolutely. Practice is everything. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Practical English Podcast. You can find a transcript of this episode on our website if you want to review these phrases.
We hope you found it useful. Join us next time for more tips on how to improve your English. Until then, take care, everyone, and keep practicing.